Okay, we are live in all the places. So we want to say welcome to everyone from the Pink Beauty Lounge, from Love's Elite, and from the Sparkling Pink Party Place. Thank you so much for being here. And if you're watching us on YouTube, thank you for being a part of our experiment because we're trying that out. We are super excited. My name is Tiffany, and I'm going to introduce you to my friends here. Let me see. I'm going to play with this for just a second so that I make sure that we get everybody on the right size. Give me a second. Ooh. Sometimes they let me play with things. And I should not be the one playing with things.
Well, it doesn't need to be me.
Okay. So now I think, Monica, you are featured. So you want to introduce yourself, and then we'll have Sherelle introduce herself, and then we'll let you teach us all the tips and tricks.
Okay. Well, hello. Thank you for joining us. My name is Monica. I am so excited that you have given up some of your time to join us.
Okay. And then we'll move Sherelle over here. Miss Sherelle.
Hey y'all, hey, I am that sassy, honest, energetic, loyal, and reliable Sherelle. I'm glad you're here.
Yay. Okay. So we're going to just dive right in. Tonight is our Shake Up Your Mom's Makeup. And we have the amazing Monica Turner Green. She's going to teach us some good tips and tricks. And so I'm going to move Sherelle and I backstage so you can focus on.
Oh,
Yeah, yes, and we're going to monitor your comments. So I can see your comments. If you are not used to, we are using a program called StreamYard so that we can go into all of these groups at the same time. And so if you have not, if you will click on that little post in the group that you're watching that has the duck, and give it permission to say your name. Otherwise, when you make a comment, all we see, it says Facebook user. And so we'll be guessing who's making the comment. But if you give it permission, then we'll be able to know that it was you that commented. So we can see your comments. Please tell us hi if you're here. And if you've got questions, then just let us know. And we will we're going to get going with Shake Up My Mom's.
okay. Don't leave me yet. Let me ask a couple of questions because
All right.
this is new. So, one, you said you're going to backstage. Will I be able to see you?
We will be right here. Hold on, I'm going to do it so you
Well,
can see.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, will I be able to hear or see you to know people's questions? Will I be able to see the questions?
I will. I'm
Or
going
is
to
this
go.
a fly by the seat of our pants? We're going to figure it out as we go.
No. We can see
Okay.
their questions, and when we're backstage, people won't be able to hear us, so that they won't be able to see us, so they can just see you.
Okay.
And then we can pop back in and let you know when there are questions. So, sound like a good plan, or do you want us to
Gotcha.
just stay here with you
Oh,
while you do?
no, that's fine. I just kind of wanted to know, you know, like how, if I would know people's questions, that kind of thing.
Yeah, we'll make sure that when people comment that we feed them to you. So you just get to focus on this part, and we'll handle the technical stuff and feed you the questions.
Okay. So
Okay.
about how long should I be doing this?
Well,
When you're
long-
done,
You know I can talk for a long time
well,
about makeup.
I'm going to defer to your experience on that particular question on how long we should be.
Okay.
So, all right. And we do have
All right.
and
somebody
when
watching.
you're ready for us, you just call and here comes my friends, and then we'll come right back.
Okay. All right. So we're going to shake up our makeup. Too bad my girl isn't home from college because if you're watching this and you have a teenage girl or a college girl, I know my college girl is like, Mom, I mean, your makeup looks great, but girls my age don't wear the amount of makeup you wear. You know, it needs to look natural. It needs to look whatever. So we're going to shake up our makeup bags. And so some of your comments, I would love to know is there something in your makeup bag? Because you've all bought something. Hopefully it wasn't a Mary Kay something, because if you have a Mary Kay girl, it is our job to teach you how to use a product to make sure it works for you, that kind of thing. So if there's something in your makeup bag, comment if you're like, oh, I bought this contour and I don't know how to use it. Even if it's not a Mary Kay, we'll teach you how to use the product and then tell you about our great products. Okay, so for my everyday makeup, it's in a vanity. This is my travel makeup bag. Y'all probably all have these little makeup bags, but I love makeup. I go out of town, in and out of town a lot. So this is my makeup bag. And so we're going to shake up Monica's makeup bag and we're going to start talking about a few things. And so one thing that I do get asked a lot is about contour. How do I contour my face? Do I want to contour my face? That kind of thing. And so let me find my case that has contour in it. Okay, so it's messy, y'all. I didn't take time to clean it. This is my, if you told me I had to take a small bag of products, then this would be my go-to. You can kind of tell I have some pressed powders in a ivory and a beige. I've got my block. I can't do this the right side. My block of cheek colors, because you can just mix those together and get the right shade. My highlighter, my contour, and then you can't. So my lighter shades, my medium and darker and mid-tones. So that kind of gets me covered. Okay, so with contour, there's two different things you need to know. I'm getting a message. I don't know. Y'all have to do that. Okay, so with contour. So a lot of people do have bronzers and things like that. Bronzers have shimmer in them. And most of the time, what you're doing with a contour, anything that you want to have sink back. So you want to thin, you want it to sink back, to recede, you would contour. So you would not use a shimmer for that. It would need to be a matte. And so this is our matte shimmer. And so for a contour, I like our cheek brush. I don't know if you can tell. So I use this one's not my cheek brush, it's my contour brush. You can flare it out. You can just use the tip. So with contour, for me, my nose is kind of wide. So I take it and I run it beside my nose and I connect it to my eyebrow, because you actually want your eyebrows connected to your face. And I want my wide nose to look thinner. Now, my daughter has a thin nose, but if she's having pictures done or she's on the stage, she does a tiny bit of contour just to help her features show up, because when you take a picture or you're under a bright light, it makes us look kind of flat, and we're not three-dimensional. So the other place you want to contour is a 3. So you're going to take it from the temple area and come under the cheek. So not like way down here, because if you drop way down here, you're going to have droopy cheeks. Okay. So you're going to do like a 3. You're going to come right here at the hollow, but kind of up against the bone, and then right here under the jawline. So that's your 3. And you can kind of do a little bit and then do a little bit more, but know that as it warms on your skin, it will get darker. As I just made that real dark on mine. And then you can do it right here under your chin. So that is your contour to help kind of thin the face. And that is why we use one without shimmer, because I don't need the sides of my nose to shine, because that's going to make them come forward, stand out. And so that's why you use a flat contour. You could use our bronze powders, but I like the contour. Okay, so the opposite of that would be shimmer or highlight. Okay, so there's 2 different highlights, girls. There's a shimmer highlight, and then there is a lighter shade highlight. Okay, so one thing that I do, I have dark circles under my eyes. And so if I were to put my beige powder all over my face, it would darken under my eyes too much. So for my highlight, which tends to be triangles, I use an Ivory One pressed powder with a clean brush that's only for my Ivory One powder. And so I swipe it kind of under my eye, which cleans up. And you can kind of do your triangle area right there. And I lighten the very center of my nose because remember, the light comes forward, the dark recedes. You do a triangle at the top. Oh my gosh, I'm backwards here. You can do it at the corner of your eye. You can do just a tiny bit here. You can do a tiny bit at the Cupid's bow right in the chin, and you can do a tiny bit right under here. And so I don't use a shimmer there because I'm just lightening it to make it move forward, to keep my eyes from looking dark. And so that's kind of your highlighting, contouring with your light shades. Now, so then you may ask, well, Monica, why in the world then do we have shimmer highlight? Right here. We have it in 2 shades. So the shimmer highlight you take and you do a C. So the center of the eyebrow, top of the cheek. Right there. Oops. And what that does is it visually lifts this area of my face. And as we get more mature and have, interesting lines there, the shimmer diffuses the light, and so you're less likely to see any lines there. You could take the shimmer and do a W across the face. And again, it just highlights, it lifts your cheeks, that kind of thing. Some of our young girls, so this is our generational, some of our young girls shimmer the end of their nose. Some not young girls might do it. I personally don't think any part of my nose needs to look like a button. But if you want your nose to look like a button, you can do a little bit of shimmer right on the end of it. The cool thing is with these products, they could also be used as your eyeshadows. I know my daughter, like I said, likes a much more natural look. And so, you can take that contour color and do it as your crease in your eye. And so it just helps deepen the crease where instead of so much eyeshadow. You could also use it if you have hooded eyes, which means that this part of your eye, this lid disappears because this part, the hood, comes over it. And so to make the hood disappear, basically what you want to do is you want to create a crease where maybe you don't have one because you have just skin here. And so the contour is great for that, or our hazelnut eyeshadow would go right across there. And when you darken just that area, it sinks. So it creates a crease that you don't have. And so if you do that, it could just be your crease eyeshadow, or you could do it first and add eyeshadow over it. So that is some contour highlight. Another fun product. So let's just say you're a quick and out the door kind of girl. Don't have much time. Or college girl, she doesn't want to spend much time on it, or 12-year-old learning to put on makeup. These are our cream eye colors. They are waterproof and sweat proof. I know they can look a little scary. A lot of people are afraid of the Purple Nova, but it's very pretty. But to start with, maybe you want to grab, so we have 4 colors. Maybe you want to grab the rose gold, and I'll show you. So it has like a little sponge and it just goes on smooth. So typically if I'm doing a quick out the door, I'm going to run that sponge tip right above my eyeliner area. And then I'm going to take it and blend it. Now, I told you this is great for young girls. And that is because a lot of times when our 11, 12-year-old girls are starting with makeup, brushes can be a challenge because they're a little awkward and they can't quite figure it out. So the more you can let them do with their fingers, a lot of times it's easier. And so they can take that color and just kind of blend up to the crease and then let it fade. And so Daughter's happy because she has a little bit of color on. Mom's happy because she doesn't have raccoon eyes or too much color or crazy colors. And then it is great when we are quick and out the door because we can blend it on and go. I have some girlfriends that do it in the car. If you have those hooded eyes, you can actually take it and just do a little bit right here at the center of your eyeball area, orbital area, I think so it's called. And it's going to make that pop and come forward. You could put it on and then do some shadows over it if you want. So it's one of those things that it can be your quick and easy. It can be your young girl getting her started. This is where I started my daughter with a pink shimmer that she could just blend on with her finger. But it's also great for any of us. I love it this time of year. If you're headed to the pool and you still kind of want to look cute, you can put a little bit of it on with your waterproof mascara, some lip gloss and stuff, and look a little put together. But also, if you're not a big makeup girl, but maybe you have an interview or have a reason that you need to look a little more put together, stick a little of this on. Maybe do some eyeliner, maybe not. I told my daughter when she headed off to college, I was like, look, I know makeup's not the thing. You got to fit in and stuff like that. But I promise you, if you will brush your hair and then palette on top of your head, and you will put a smidge of shimmer on your eyelid with some mascara and some lip gloss, you will look cuter than the girl you're sitting next to. And isn't that the goal? So that is our shimmer eyeshadow. So real quick, another thing that I get asked a lot about, or what I find people struggle with, is eyeliner. And that is across the board. Usually that's the young girl's challenge, but it can also be, what is S and A? I don't know if you're asking me. Did I say something about it? Oh, okay, that's y'all, not me. Okay, I didn't need to do that. So a lot of times, most of the people that sit down with me to do makeup, eyeliner is a tricky thing. And so, the pencil eyeliner, find mine in my bag, is great. Because ours are soft. There's a sharpener in the end. They're very soft, and so they will glide across. Now, here's the deal. If you struggle, put your elbow on the table, get a mirror that you can angle and look down into. That way, that puts your lashes below, and so then you can come across. And remember, too, it doesn't have to be a straight connecting line. It can be dots, basically, that connect. So you can just kind of, come all the way across. You can do a thin line right in your eyelashes. And they used to say just line the outer corner. Okay, so that's not a thing anymore. Line the whole lid, especially if you have hooded eyes, the whole lid in a thin line, and then you can heavy the outer corner. And then, so what I do is I put my black or whatever color eyeliner on the top. I don't actually put eyeliner on the bottom of my eyes. I put eyeshadow. So I just use a smudger brush and smudge eyeshadow that way. Because here's the deal: you can put more eyeliner on. You can put eyeliner on the top of your eyes and nothing on the bottom. But you should never put eyeliner on the bottom of your eyes and not on the top. And I just soften it with eyeshadow down here just so I don't have that hard closed in. And it's a personal preference. You can decide. If you have smaller eyes, of course, you would want to just kind of do the corner and let it be really light going in, because eyeliner can close down the eyes. So if your eyes are super big, you can line away. So these are great. I will tell you, now that I'm reaching a large birthday, I find that my vision is not great, especially in one eye. So it can be a challenge when doing my eyes. So a lot of times I will do my eyeliner across there, but it will be a little bumpy. So I will come back. So this is our eyebrow brush. So it has the little liner on the end, and I will take it and I will drag it through and kind of smudge that line out clean to help with that. I also find that if people struggle with eyeliner and they don't feel like they get it right, then you can take this brush and you can dip it in a dark brown, a navy blue, a black shadow. So you're going to dip it in the shadow, and then you're going to take it and you're just going to start to kind of press or stamp. And so if you struggle with your eyeliner, then that is a great option for you because you can control this easier than that pencil. And then too, the shadow, when you're pressing it into the base of your lashes, it bulks up the base of your lashes. So if you're struggling with thinning lashes as we get older, they tend to thin just like our eyebrows do. Then it's going to help kind of bulk that up for you. So that's an option. Of course, we do have the gel eyeliner with the little retractable brush. Some people hate it. It's so funny. My daughter actually learned to use gel eyeliner first because we had a teal one that I threw in her makeup drawer for her to just play with as a little girl. And so that's what she learned. But the thing with the gel is that it does give you a few minutes to swipe away. And it glides and doesn't tug your eyelids. And so as we get older, that can be an important thing too. Now, the great thing about this brush is you can also use it for your eyebrows. So we have lots of great eyebrow products. Let's talk about that generational. A lot of times when we are young, we have thick, full eyelashes, so we don't need a whole lot of product in our eyelashes. Our eyebrows, but having a good full eyebrow is the frame to your eye, keeps your eyes from running into your forehead, and it's just more noticed. And if you're on stage for any reason, if you're on Zoom, filling in those eyebrows just makes a big difference. So a lot of times with younger girls, they have a good eyebrow, but maybe it's kind of thinner right here or a little thinner back there, so they can use a little bit of eyeshadow with this brush and just kind of fill in right where it's needed. Mine were always thick and dark, and so I never did anything with them, but it was amazing. When I did put some eyeshadow in there, it took me about 2 days to get used to it, and then I wouldn't leave the house without it. Now, we have the eyebrow pencils, and they're very fine points. And so you can just quickly sweep in and fill them in. I will tell you, as a dark-haired girl, the dark brow pencil sometimes just feels so dark. And I'm always jealous of my girlfriends with lighter hair that use the blonde because they can just go like this and it looks great. And if I go like that, it looks like I have a giant mustache on my eyebrow. So, okay, the other cool product is our brow tint. Okay. So, and y'all let me know if there's something in your makeup bag you need to know about. So this is not my color. This is those lucky girls who can just fling this on. Okay, so this is brow tint, and you're watching me really clean this brush off because you need to really clean this brush off. This little brow tint goes a long way. But what you would do then is you would take it and just kind of run it through the eyebrows. Again, blonde girls, you do a great job. You can do it super fast. But the cool thing about this is if you're starting to get sparklies in your eyebrows, this tints it a different color. It also kind of tames the brows and gets them going in the same direction. It thickens them because the brow tint is going to hang on to the brow hair. And so it's going to kind of thicken them and fill them out. And so it's super quick and you can direct the brows, which is sometimes important. And then too, if you have sparklies that show up where you don't want them, you can just kind of swipe some of that through too. So this, again, you can use an eyeshadow, you can use the brow pencil, you can use the brow tint, you can use a combination of all of them. Let me just say, once you put the brow tint in, you're kind of done. But again, generational. you know, when they're young, a lot of times they just need the color for it to show up, or they just need a tiny bit filled in. Or in my case, I have naturally curly hair. So when mine were super thick and dark, they were also curly and they would go in the wrong direction. So brow products are awesome. And you guys, making sure you take care of your brows helps you look younger. Because, like I said, our young girls have those nice, thick, full brows of a good color. So as we mature, we want to make sure we're looking younger that way. Okay, let me think. What other product is just absolutely amazing that we have to have? Okay, so this needs to be, this is our Skin Vigorate. No, it's not called Skin Vigorate. It's our finishing spray by Skin Divia. That's what it's called. Okay, so this is finishing spray. I don't know if any of you watching are old enough to remember we used to set our makeup with hairspray. Spray hairspray. Stuck. Smell bad. Your face felt dry and cracky. I am sure it gave us all kind of breakouts. Like, what were we doing? But this is finishing spray. And so you can spritz it on, but you do want to kind of hold it so far out in an X, in a cross. And so it sets your makeup just to kind of hold it in place. It also will help you not look too powdery if you're using powders. But there's a couple other tricks with this product. So I guess this is multi-generational, but it's also multitasking. It'll do a lot of things. So first off, if you sweat a lot, if your makeup doesn't tend to stay like you would like it, then put your moisturizer on and then spritz your face a little bit, just a little bit, and let it dry. Put your foundation on, spritz your face, let it dry for a second, put your powder on, put your makeup on, spritz your face again. I keep one in the car because it starts to get hot. I'm in the South. And so it's refreshing too. So I'll spritz during the day when I hop in and out of the car. There's one in my travel makeup bag. There's one on my vanity. This is also great if you struggle with maybe your eyeshadow staying, or if it's one of our young girls who wants a really more metallic looking eye that's stronger, she's going out, you can spritz your makeup brush, dip it into your eyeshadow, and tap it on, and it's going to seal that makeup in there, but also will give it more that liquid metallic look. The other thing you can do is if you are going somewhere in your cute little dress and you do not want to perspire through your clothes, then before you get dressed, spray in the areas that you might sweat. And so this will stop that. So makeup spray, fabulous thing. Setting spray. All right. Trying to shake around my makeup bag. Okay, so eyelash curler. Let's talk about it. You can heat it with a hair dryer. I have girlfriends that heat it with a lighter. I tried it once. I felt like I was burning my eye. So you can buy heated eyelash curlers. This is a Mary Kay one, which I love because it is wide enough to go all the way across my eye. So here's the deal. Don't put your mascara on first. You young girls, don't put your mascara on first. You want to take it and crimp it at the base of the eyelashes and hold it for a second, and then ease it out and crimp and ease it out and crimp and hold all the way out, and then put your mascara on. Now, if you do that and you swipe waterproof mascara and then your regular mascara, the waterproof seals that curl in, so it'll hold it more. And again, you know, my lashes curled. I guess that curly hair. So I never really used an eyelash curler until I got into Mary Kay, because what I learned is that when you crimp and curl the lashes, one, they stand up more so you can see them, but also it helps them look thicker. So that's a great tip. But girls, if you mascara and then try to crimp, you're going to pull your eyelashes out. So make sure your young ones know that about their eyelash curler. Now, some of the young girls, if you've been watching Instagram and YouTube, people lay it right here and take their brush and do their crease. I have not done that, but some of these young girls that especially want those wild colors up there, it's a way to do that because it gets you that nice, good shape. All right. Foundation. Let's talk about foundation for a minute. So we have liquid foundation. We have powder foundation. We have a translucent that goes on clear, which again is great for those younger girls. It's so funny. My mom let me wear blush and powder. Those were the first two makeup products I could wear. I'm thinking, not mascara. Like I didn't have any eyes, but anyway. So translucent is great because it's going to go on clear. The other thing that your powder does, like if it's a young girl and say she's not you don't want her wearing makeup, you don't want her having the pancake line, she needs to be washing her face, she needs to be using moisturizer, but a little bit of powder will seal her face and keep it cleaner than if she's walking around with nothing on her face. And that's the same for us. If you are a non-makeup wearing girl, then at the end of the day, my full face and makeup face is cleaner than yours because the toxins and the nasties in the air are coming through. We do have the powder, the setting powder, the silky setting powder, translucent powder, we have pressed powder, we have cream to powder, we have CC cream. So lots of options. So a lot of our young girls will start with just a colored powder. And even our college girls, I know my daughter, if she's in a hurry going to class, she's just going to dust powder on her face. Usually the only time I dust powder on my face is if I'm running to the dollar store down the road and I don't have time to do anything. Otherwise, I put on my liquid makeup powder over it. But again, if you're not wearing any makeup at all, well, let me finish out with this and then we're going to have Tiffany, my friends, come join me. So if you're not going to wear any makeup at all, dust some powder over your face because it is your protection of your face. If you want a light coverage but need extra moisturizer, CC cream is a great option. Our Luminous foundation, CC cream is great in the summertime. It's good for our young girls too because it's got that extra moisturizer in it. It's just not as strong as a liquid foundation. It's easier to match the color. So, yep, those are our different foundations and why and how you would need to use them. If you want the dewy look, use the translucent powder because it's got the luminosity, or the CC cream has a little more luminosity. So, oftentimes that keeps us youthful. The other question I do get asked is, I think as we get older, we're not supposed to use powder. It settles in the fine lines. Okay, so powders come a long way. And the silky setting powders are fined much smaller. And so they're not going to set and create, in our fine lines and wrinkles. So just a different thing. So I'm going to have my friends come back and join me.
Okay. Can you hear us?
I can.
Oh my gosh. Those were amazing. Yes.
I was over here taking notes.
I know. Me too. So good. So good. Excellent. And we had some people who were commenting. We just so when we start doing these, we're going to do some fun things every week into our group. So we want to make sure that at some point you make sure that you give what is this thing we're using called StreamYard? Give them permission to use your name because they are a third-party app that we use inside of Facebook and YouTube, and it just lets us see your name instead of Facebook user or YouTube user, and then we know who has asked questions and that kind of thing. So thank you for those of you who are watching. We're really excited to have viewers. So there's this whole Mary Kay like law. It's a law, I promise. Like if we break it, we're gonna get pink handcuffs. That anytime there is more than one of us in a room, we have to share some fun facts about Mary Kay, right? Sherelle, Monica, you would
Yes.
agree with that law, right? We don't want to get the pink handcuffs out. So so we are gonna give you guys some fast fun tips or some fast fun facts about the business. And I'm going to let my girl Sherelle get us started. So,
All right. Well, let's start with you guys. Anytime that you come into Mary Kay, when you start this, right? Um, the first question that we get asked is the money real? Y'all, the money is real. Okay. We are gonna start talking really quick, and we're gonna give you some quick information. So, money is one of the first reasons why people come into Mary Kay, because we earn 50% of everything that we sell. Huh, how would you like that? Everybody doesn't want to know how you made extra $200. But girl, when you start telling them, I made an extra $1,000 this week, they really want to hear you. So the money is real.
yay, I love it. Okay, so I'm going to go with the recognition. So I worked before Mary Kay, I worked in a profession that I didn't get a whole lot of recognition. I worked as a 911 dispatcher. And so we were what they call the unsung heroes, right?
Yeah,
Because
totally.
if there's nobody that answers that 911 call, let's face it, the first responders are really not coming because nobody answered the call, right? And so lots of times the firemen, they get all the credit for delivering the baby. The police officer gets the credit for changing the tire, the saving the lives. They get the I'll give them the big credit, okay? But come on, it's changing the tire, right? And so oftentimes there were dispatchers on the phone who actually were the ones who delivered those babies, and the fire department rolled up on scene, right? And who got credit? The firemen. And so I just lived in a world where recognition was very, very far and few in between. And so I love that in Mary Kay, I get recognized for my attempts. I get recognized when I accomplish things. My girlfriends that I never would have imagined, and they cheer me on and they encourage me in ways that I really like. My brain wants to explode sometimes when I think about how amazing this comes. We get so that is one really amazing fulfillment, but we have the ability to earn prizes, we have the ability to earn jewelry, we have the ability to earn trips. Those are all recognition for a job well done. And I promise you, my boss for 911 was not saying, "Oh, Tiffany, great job, let me give you a diamond ring." Okay. And I just moved up into a position of a sales director, and in the mail came a really cool box, and it has a name brand purse with a price sticker on it that I promise you my checkbook would have never purchased for myself. And it's beautiful. And a little yellow box that has some beautiful jewelry in it. And so if you know the yellow box store, then you know. And so how exciting, right? Not stuff I would have purchased for myself, and all for just doing my job, and I'm being recognized by my company. And that's a good way of rewarding us for, so lots of recognition happening. So
Yes.
Monica, do you want to talk about self-confidence?
Okay, I will. So, one of the greatest things that Mary Kay has given me is self confidence. Not just me, though, my kids. I have always struggled with being shy. I wouldn't stand up for myself, wouldn't speak up for myself. And, to me, it's kind of heartbreaking to even watch family members now, much older than me, that when they're being done wrong or a disservice, they're too afraid and not confident enough to speak up and say, "Hey, that's not right," or, "Hey, can I ask a question?" I mean, if ever you've taken your parents to the doctor, you can see this if the confidence isn't there. And so the biggest thing has been the confidence, because a once very shy girl has learned to lead and to do skincare classes, but more than that, be confident enough to speak up for myself. And then I have two children that one is 22, and that's my boy, and one is 20, which my boy didn't need a lot of help with confidence. He is his dad's kid. But our daughter, I started to see her kind of sink back into being what I was. And I don't know if any of you are shy and lack confidence, but if you are and you've gotten to a decent age in life, I bet there's a list of things that you wish you had done. Maybe you were too chicken to sign up for it, or too chicken to raise your hand, or too chicken. I have a list. I have regrets of things I didn't do that I wish I had. And I didn't want my kids to have those regrets. So through the confidence and the skills I learned in Mary Kay that I could instill in my children, they have gone on to do amazing things. And I didn't have to watch my daughter walk through and have the same regrets that I do. So self-confidence is a big deal to me.
I love that. Okay, so Monica has achieved this next one, but I'm gonna have Sherelle talk about it because she's currently on target for, drum roll please.
I am currently on target, y'all, for cars. Let me tell you, Mary Kay lets us drive free cars. Yes, cars. You earn them for doing your job. For doing your job. I am so excited because I am on target to be able to drive a car and have my insurance paid for, and then I have to pay a car note. Like, you understand that it's exciting. You can't get excited about that. That is something to get excited about. But okay, fine. You got too many cars, right? I have enough cars, Sherelle. I don't need another one. Well, guess what? Instead of doing that, you can take and say, Mary Kay, I have enough cars, but I'll take the cash compensation, and they will give you cash for it. How about that? But I think I want the car. I'm just saying.
You want the car?
I want the car.
Well, yeah, we want the car.
Well, yeah, because it says Mary Kay on the side of it. And then when you get to that one, that illustrious trophy on wheels, like that grand ultimate prize, it's going to have a little tag in it, right? And it's going to say this car was specially designed for. I used to say it was going to be designed for me, but it's going to say for the legacy leaders, because it's going to be their car too, because they worked for it. But yeah, I want that.
So exciting. Okay, I'm going to take the next one, which is advancement opportunities. And I'm going to take it because, like I just told you guys, in my past life, I worked in 911 emergency communications, and I retired from that position, and I retired early. But and there's a reason why I retired early. My boss told me I needed to put my job before my faith. And in a different conversation, he told me I had entirely too many family obligations. And so I need you to know that on the 12th of this month will be my 16th anniversary and as a Mary Kay consultant. And when I started Mary Kay, I started because I needed extra money. I had been blessed with 3 kids in 1 year. Yep, 1 year. And I suddenly knew what more month than money felt like. And it was a very scary place for me. And so I started a Mary Kay business simply for the whole purpose of making those ends meet every month. And what I found as I did it was this amazing sisterhood. So I stayed, and I'm so glad I did, because when my boss said to me I had entirely too many family obligations and that I need to put my job before my faith, I was able to say, you know what? Peace out. And as I did that, I was able to take my business from as a part-time thing where I was making steady and consistent income, but it was not what I was doing as my career, something as an extra. And I was extremely blessed to be able to move myself up into the position of sales director, which just is a more responsibility, but it also comes with more financial security. And I was able to do that at my own pace. Nobody told me I had to do it. They just encouraged me to do it. So I love that we can advance. We cannot advance. We can make that decision however we want to do it. So it's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, okay. So now I'm confused. Monica, it's your turn. You get the benefits, the ones.
The benefits of Mary Kay. Oh, there are so many benefits. One would be tax benefits because you own your own home-based business. And more and more people are needing the luxury of tax benefits. In fact, I have a little story. So my son graduated college in May, I don't know, 6th, May 21st. He and his lovely bride, who also graduated on May 6th, got married. They are both working their first jobs. They are renting a house. They have no children. He calls us panicked. I did my taxes. It says I owe $3,000. So we had this little conversation, which we were able to figure out. There were some things that he had not accounted for correctly, but he did still have to pay. And I was like, you know what, son, you and Brooke need to. So Brooke and I talked about her doing Mary Kay, but have a home-based business because you do get to write off a percentage of your rent or mortgage, your utilities and things like that, your cell phones, your miles and things like that. And so it just makes a huge difference because it's things you're doing anyway most of the time. I mean, it's a home you're living in, whether you have a business or not. And so it just gives you that extra. I had a consultant one time and she joined because her tax accountant, I mean, she liked Mary Kay. Let's be clear, but her tax accountant said, hey, you need to get a home-based business because for 3 years in a row, they had paid upward of $6,000 at tax time. And so she joined in November, but she had enough write-offs that was the first year they had never paid taxes.
Wow.
So those benefits are amazing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Were there other benefits you want me to talk about?
Oh, those were the ones. Those were the big ones.
Just making sure I covered all the benefits because
those benefits that are so good. So, okay, so those are our fast fun facts. So if you guys have any questions, please post them in the comments. We would love to answer them. We'd really love it if you would tell us like an A, B, or C kind of thing. A, I really want to be a Mary Kay consultant. You girls are having way too much fun figuring out this technology and going live and all these things. And Monica's tips are amazing. I want to know more about that. And okay, so and then those tax benefits, right? And so if you're an A, just give us a comment that you're an A. And if you're a B, like I'm on the border, maybe I'm sitting on the fence, that can be kind of an uncomfortable place to be. And so we would love to know how we can help you make that decision. And it's not an arm twisting thing because none of us ladies here are into arm twisting, but we are into working with people who are coachable and trainable and helping you to achieve what you want. And so if that's something that we can help you and that this business fits for you, we would love to know that. So give us a B if that's you. And if you are a C, that means I am a happy customer and I'm just going to stay with my consultant and I love her and I love supporting her. And please know we love that too. So you will not make us unhappy with any of those answers, A, B, or C. So if you will just comment and let us know. We would love to thank you for being on and watching tonight. So I think that's a wrap, ladies, unless there's anything I've forgotten.
No. Next week, same time, same place. Join us for summer products. And the week after that, we're going to kind of talk about baby Botox and what all these ingredients, hyaluronic acid and things like that you wish you knew more about.
Wow.
Oh, don't miss it. Don't miss out. Y'all tune in right where you're at. We can't wait. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.